Hi. Okay, let's keep on our walk here. There was I want to tell you about this one resident. She had been like the top surgeon in a clinic, and she had a colleague of hers who was like a nurse come visit her at the nursing home. And she found this lady, and she was in just a long t-shirt in her room. The lights was turned out. There was nothing on the walls. There was food left over on her blouse or long t-shirt, and it was middle of the day, and she was on just a mattress on the floor. Now, the mattress on the floor, they used to do that for folks that would tend to fall out of bed. They just lower the bed now because that was a little bit less undignified. But this colleague obviously called this in as a complaint because she was so concerned about just the situation this person was in. And came to find out that this individual had a husband, but he was at home. But he also had dementia, because this lady obviously had dementia, and she had no kids, and he had one daughter who was living out of town, and the facility was a pretty poor facility, and it's just a freaking shame that they had no one, because they were both confused too much to protect themselves from that. Okay, why am I telling you this story? Because there is a way of protecting oneself. It's called a durable power of attorney for healthcare. It's where you designate someone to act on your behalf when you can no longer do so, relating to healthcare issues, such as where you want to be admitted as a nurse to a nursing home. And that can be difficult sometimes. I mean, if you don't have kids or relatives, you need to find somebody, I don't care who it is, a neighbor or a church member or whatever it might be, somebody you trust. And you can put limitations on these durable power of attorneys. I mean, they don't have to decide, if you're going to get operated on or not, but they can decide what nursing home at least, so that if you end up in some dog. Because, if you get hospitalized for some situation, the hospital's going to just admit you to a nursing home. That's all their obligation is after that. But you don't want to be admitted to some horrible place. So the other big advantage of durable power of attorneys for healthcare is that it allows whoever you set as your agent to access your medical records. And a lot of times, most of the time, in my experience, they'll let whoever's designated, the family member, the daughter, the son, typically, they'll let them, even when the resident still is not really confused or hasn't been declared as being incompetent, they'll let them see their medical records, which is really what you want to have somebody be able to see your records to make sure you yourself have the right to see your own medical records if you're a patient in a nursing home. But it's good, as you get older and maybe not as with it, to have somebody be able to see that and have access to those records so that whatever situation comes about, they can talk to you freely about it and you can see those records whenever you want. Could be physician's orders or the diagnosis or the medications, any of those things you want to be able to have access to make sure things are being done right? So that is good to have somebody acting as a durable power of attorney for healthcare for you. I wouldn't want to go in a nursing home without one. The funny thing though about those homes, just so you know, you can get copies of records up until the time of death. Once they pass away, that DPOA, they call them, durable power of attorney, that DPO is no longer valid. So you can't go in if you were suspicious that they were acted inappropriately and that caused their death. If you go in after the fact and say, hey, I want their records, they're going to say, no, I'm sorry, it's no longer valid. I'm giving you that information up front right now. So if you're ever in a situation where they're worried about their care and you're thinking, well, I'm going to get those records as soon as something bad happens. Well, if the bad thing happens is that they end up dying, you're not going to be able to get those records without going through extra effort, okay? But DPOA, sometimes in different states, they'll let you have backups where you have more than one family member or whatever being on that durable power of attorney for healthcare. So that's great if you can do that. The more, the better, depending on your family dynamic. But those are the things that I would recommend in order to get information from a facility and to protect yourself if you are somebody that might have problems with dementia later. Okey-doke. Hey, if you liked the video, found this helpful, go ahead and give me a like. I'm getting messages on my phone. I mean, I'm trying to film and people are trying to talk to me. Come on, you're distracting me. Please give me a thumbs up or share it. If you need more information, go to nursinghomerisk.com. That's nursinghomerisk.com. Thanks. And the next one, I'm going to do a video about paying for nursing home, the paying sources and how that works out, because it's a little surprise to a lot of folks that, Medicare doesn't pay very much, and I want to kind of get into that a little bit with you. Good. See you next one. Bye.